Hey everybody, what's up? This is Chris, and today I'm here to play some Stanley Parable. The reason I said it like that is because during all of my audio tests, I said it like that, so it kind of stuck. But if you don't know anything about this game, you haven't seen the other guy, Kyle, play it. He's part of the channel too, if you haven't seen him play it yet. This is basically a game that one cannot really explain. It's about a man named Stanley, and you'll learn the rest in just a moment. But I have been watching a lot of people play this game. I got it a bit late, so what I'm going to try and do is specifically go in paths that I have not seen other people go in. So probably just going to play it once or twice and see what kind of ending we can get. So a really cool opening screen here. We got like office sounds and muffling in the background. Hopefully you guys can hear it. And we got a picture-in-picture kind of computer here, and it even shows the fraps in the top left, and I think that's really cool. I think you guys will be able to see that, but yeah, so can I click? Okay, I need to be able to click begin game right here. That's a complaint. I think I'm going to give this game like 3 stars until they fix that, so. Okay, here we go. I'm going to be quiet for the beginning of the game, okay? Shh. It's loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Told you.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, but this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, so the narrator really makes this game, and I think what I'm going to do, my first run through here, is just try and find something out of the ordinary. If I stay in this room for too long, the door is going to shut, and I'm basically just going to die, and he's going to restart, so I'm going to leave that. Close the door. 427, that's my number. Oh yeah, representing. Most of the doors, I actually have never seen a door.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's it. I'm sure I just missed a memo. So most doors, in fact, I've never seen one where this applies. You cannot open. Most doors you cannot open. I love Mondays. No, I hate Mondays. Of course it says that. Why would anyone ever like Mondays?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That's actually really peculiar because I've never heard that said before. Who farted? Ooh. No gum under the desk. Okay, that's good. G814 FI partition. Yeah, something. Okay. Can I? Alright. I will get back to you guys if I find anything cool, and I already know I can turn this off. So. Oh, okay, this is something. I am on a chair. Stupid game. Whoa. Okay. Cool. Wonder if this is intended. I mean, probably not exactly. I don't know. Oh. Wait a minute. What? Okay, no way. No way. Can I? What? Whoa!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Oh my god.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Huh. Okay, so I won't lie. I did not actually discover, air quotes, this. I read it in a YouTube comment and wanted to see if it was true, and it turns out it is. That's pretty cool. Are you sick of this gag? No?
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
Huh.
Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not.
Jesus.
In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Well, I mean, like, I have to go do the other thing. How do I get out of here? How do I get out? Can I crouch? No? What do I do? No. Can I, like, exit? Oh. The end is never the end. It's a really creepy saying, actually. Yeah, memo.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
At first, Stanley thought he had broken the game.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
I love this guy.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Okay, now I am almost positive when I click yes, it's going to be basically the exact same script as the other one. So, here we go.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Oh, God.
There once was a
Oh
man
my God.
named Stanley, who people considered so manly.
Yeah.
But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
Oh my God.
He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function.
This is amazing.
Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible.
Can I buy this on iTunes?
And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
Here comes the bass drop. Bwah! Okay. Still going? Come on. Is this on a loop? It might be. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and assume this is on a loop. Lol. Okay, let's actually try and... Well, I guess technically that counts as an ending, right? It's got to. Can I get up on anything in here? Because that'd be pretty cool. No? Okay, let's go play.